Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I am your host, Sabrina. I am a coach for high achieving women who are tired of playing small and ready to create a life that actually feels good. So today we're diving into a big topic. How the heck do you take action even when you're scared? Like you got to do it, but that fear within you holds you back. And I mean, let's be real. Most people don't take action because they're waiting for that fear to go away. But what if fear isn't the sign to stop, but the invitation to start? So if you've been sitting on a dream, an idea, a decision, anything at all that you want to do, and fear is whispering all the what ifs and getting in your head, this episode is for you. So grab your coffee, your drink, take a breath, go for a walk, whatever you need to, and let's get into it. First, let me share something super important with you. Fear is not the problem, avoiding it is. Fear shows up because your brain is doing its job, it's trying to keep you safe. And safe to your brain means familiar. Doesn't mean aligned, doesn't mean joyful, it doesn't really discriminate against positive or negative. It really just means familiar. So anytime you even think about doing something new, even if it's good for you, fear will hit that panic button. So the first thing to realize is let's stop waiting to feel 100% ready. That's not the thing that's going to move you forward because confidence doesn't happen automatically. It is built. It is the byproduct of taking action. So if you're scared, it means you care. It means you're stretching yourself. It means you're getting to the edge of that comfort zone and you're growing and you're ready. You're not coasting. You're not an autopilot anymore. You are someone who is ready to get to that next level of your life. So fear is just that bodyguard, that that loud, obnoxious sometimes bodyguard to help you to stay within your comfort zone, which is familiar, which is safe, quote unquote. So if you can identify with anything I just said, I'm going to give you a little journal prompt to expand this further. I want you to ask yourself, get curious. What are you avoiding right now because you're afraid it might not work? So journal about that. And then I want you to add, what if it does? So that's a quick little exercise that you can already start to just clear your mind a little bit and get curious about what it is exactly that's holding you back and why. So now let's talk about motivation. I love a good motivational quote as much as the next coach, but something like, just do it, just power through, doesn't cut it when your nervous system is screaming. Because here's the truth, you cannot bully yourself into bravery. You need tools. You don't need shame. You don't need judgment. You're already in that, in yourself, in that inner critic. So when fear is high, logic is low. What happens is that when fear is activated, it's your nervous system. And your nervous system is there to get you in that fight or flight mode. And when that's activated, all of the cortisol, the energy, the blood rushes to the parts of your body that either need to fight or to run. What that means is that all of the energy is there and there's no energy in your brain for logic. So logic is turned off. How can you possibly make a good decision for yourself when you're in fear mode, when your nervous system is on high alert? So this is why you don't need a pep talk. You need to regulate your nervous system. You need to get yourself to a state of feeling balanced, feeling that your nervous system is in a homeostasis. It's back to the baseline. So then you can activate the logic, the creativity, the things that you need to make these decisions to do so from a place that's a little more open and a little less constricted. Another thing to note is that if you actually try to push through without regulating, you might fall into the freeze or fawn state, and then you'll judge yourself for not being disciplined, for not taking action, but really you were just dysregulated. So instead of bulldozing through the fear, let's learn how to walk with it. Let's learn how to deal with it so that we can make these decisions work in our favor. All right, here's the part you've all been waiting for, the tools. I'm going to share with you 3 tools that can help you to start to take action despite the fear, or with the fear, we can even say. So the first one, let's call it the 5-second rule, but make it regulated. This basically means that before you take action, pause. And if you're in a safe space right now where you're not driving, you're not walking, if you're somewhere sitting, we're going to do this exercise together. So I'm going to explain what it is and then we're going to practice it. You're basically going to put your hands on your chest and you're going to breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 6. And you're going to remind your body that you're safe, that you're okay. And then you're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take action. So let's try it together. With your hands on your heart, on your chest, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to try that again. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with your eyes still closed and with your breathing at this pace, you're going to remind yourself, we're safe, we're okay, we are exactly where we need to be. Everything is fine. Then you're going to open your eyes. You're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're going to take action. So what this does, it's a pattern interrupt for your fear loop, but it's paired with soothing your body instead of shocking it. So many times we think we need to shock ourselves into action. Like, you know how sometimes when you feel like you're unmotivated or you need to do something and the expression is even like, I just want to shake you so that you can do something about it. Well, that's very stressing on the body. So instead, I want us to learn to soothe our body, to relax our body into taking action. Because from that relaxed state of nervous system regulation, there is safety there. When you're shaking and when you're shook and when you're stressed, that's when the nervous system goes into the sympathetic nervous system and it's the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, those panic moments because you need to take action fast. And like I said, when you're in those panicked moments, the logic is very low because there's no energy and no blood to go to your brain. Everything is going to your body to be able to survive. So if you can just remind yourself, you're safe, you will survive, this is going to be okay. This will help you tremendously the next time you hesitate before doing something brave, even if it's just sending an email, signing up for something new, posting the video on social media. This is an opportunity to pause, to regulate, to count down, and then go. The next tool, let's call it shrink the action, not the dream. When fear feels big, make the step small. I'm going to say that again. When the fear feels big, make the step small. But I'm talking like really small, like so tiny, like it's embarrassing. You don't want to tell anybody that it's that small because that is what will get you to move and build momentum. When it's bite-sized, it's manageable. The more small steps you take, that's where the momentum builds. So here are a few examples so we can decipher the type of small action that I'm talking about. So don't launch the program, DM one person and tell them it's coming. Don't change and overhaul your whole life. Change one tiny habit this week. Don't quit your job. Start writing down what you want to do instead. Right? So maybe those goals of launching the program, changing your life, and quitting your job are the big picture. That's the dream we're talking about. But you're not going to go right away to that big, big first step of like doing the thing that scares you. You need to ease your way into it to build that momentum to then confidently know that it's something that you can achieve. So let's try something together. What's one 10-second version of the scary action you've been avoiding? Is it trying something new, signing up for a class? Is it telling someone how you feel? Is it writing an email that may be uncomfortable for people? What is a smaller version of that action? And take that action right now and see how you feel and just check in, see how that feels in your body. The final tool to share with you, when it comes to goals, we need to have an anchor. Fear grows when the why is weak. So we need to anchor into something deeper than just approval or success. I want you to ask yourself, Who do I become when I do it scared? So this goes back to purpose, your why, knowing the reason why you're doing something as a driver, as an internal compass to lead you in that direction. Because again, it's not enough to just say, the external reward that I will be accepted, I will be loved, I will be successful. It's like, how is that going to make you feel when you achieve this goal? That person that you want to become, or the person within you that's not able to be out and shining just yet, how will that impact them when you reach this goal? Because something about courage is that it's not always loud, it doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just whispers, I'll try again tomorrow, or be open. Courage is the willingness to try. So if you're listening to me or watching me right now and you're like, okay, I need to take action on that thing that I've been avoiding and it's super scary, but I'm at least just open and willing to try. Instead of letting it hold me back and really being in freeze mode when it comes to that action step that I'm thinking or that goal that I'm thinking, I am now open to just thinking and being willing to try it and see what happens in your body. And to further help you, here's an exercise that you can try. Write down that why. Write down the reason why this is driving you, the reason why you want to do this, why you want this goal. And that why needs to be visible because that's something that you need to come back to remind yourself. So when you need to write that email or when you need to say to someone something that's been bothering you, why is it important to you that you let them know? When you want to try something new, when you want to launch the program, why is it important to you to launch this program? What does it say about you? What is your personal goal? Not what it's going to mean to everybody else, but what does it mean to you? And here's something interesting about goals. If it's an inner goal of how it's going to improve or satisfy your purpose and fulfill your life, bonus if it can also serve and make the world a better place. That is going to reinforce the goal and make it have that much more importance. Notice how none of that was about how people think or how it's going to be received. If you have a dream of launching a program, example, and you know that this is your calling and you want to help people, and you know that this program is going to make a difference in people's lives, that is a strong driver. So that is an example of something that you want to keep close by, top of mind, write it down, put it somewhere where you could see it, because that's going to encourage you to take action, even if you're scared, because you know that is something that you want and that people need. So here's the truth. Fear will never go away. Neither will that calling inside you. And at some point, you get to decide which is louder, your fear or your future. You don't need to feel brave to be brave. You just need to move. Scared, unsure, a little hesitant, but you get to do it anyway. And here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to pick one thing you've been avoiding because it scares you. Use the regulate, the 5-second rule combo where you breathe and you count down to take action and you take the tiniest step and then celebrate the hell out of yourself because you're showing your brain what is possible. And over time, when you prove to your brain that you can do these small steps and you can take action, it then opens itself up to that resilience. You prove to yourself that you're capable, and then it gets a little bit easier next time. So if you're scared, let's look at it as a good thing. You're not broken for feeling scared. You're not behind. You're not alone, but you are responsible for what you choose to do next. And I want to empower you with that decision. So I hope this was helpful if you are on the cusp of creating something new or making a big decision and fear has been holding you back. I hope that this episode lit up something inside you to take action, even if you're scared, and to do it with a regulated nervous system, to focus on just the tiniest step and to build that momentum to keep going. And then you prove to yourself that you can do the things that you want to do, even if you're scared, that you can take fear and let it guide you instead of hold you back. Here's an added bonus. If you're willing to do this exercise, I want to keep you accountable. So message me, DM me, tag me, I want to see your scared but doing it moment. I want to celebrate you along with you celebrating yourself when you do that action. Let's make this a movement. And if you're ready to go deeper, to stop letting fear run the show and finally create a life that feels like you, the doors to my one-on-one coaching program are open. Let's walk through fear together. Let me know if you're in. It would be my honor to guide you through this process, to give you more tools like this, to keep you accountable, to celebrate you when you do take those action steps. Because, yeah, you can totally do it alone, but you don't have to. You can have someone like me on your side that's encouraging you, that's guiding you every step of the way. And as someone who has stepped into that fear and embraced it to be able to move forward, I can definitely guide you to do the same. So feel the fear, take the next step, and remember, you're doing better than you think. And I'm here for you.